All right, so I finally was able to get the webhook to play nicely, and I want to go over and show you how I did that. So if you're getting stuck on Chatfuel, okay, so back in the dashboard, there was one thing that I did a little bit differently. You want to make sure that your content block, let's just label it enter email, right? And this is where you're going to put your user input and your JSON API call. So it needs to be its own block. You don't want to muddy that up and drop it in anywhere over here. I think I was rushing before, and when I did it, I dropped it into the wrong section. So make sure that when you create a new content block and you label it enter email up here, the only thing is user input and JSON API. Okay. Now, if you go up here to first follow up, that's my video thing for the bot. And the second one is a message on what I need you guys to do, right? So the bot is going to ask you for your email address. Now, if you join my True Digital Weekly list and you decide it's not for you, please feel free to opt out. But at this process, in order to show you how this technically works and executes, I would like you to enter your email. So what you're going to do is actually subscribe. Now, do you see this little link up here? Basically, now that you've written the hook and you've asked Zapier to get information from Chatfuel, you actually have to tell the bot that this has happened. So it's like you have to trigger something. So you go up to this little thing at the top, which is link, and then you can copy the URL, click done, and then just go over and add it into a new window. And this is basically like shocking the software and saying, oh, okay, now we're connected and we're passing information. So now what you'll see further down the page is this email information. So you're going to click subscribe, and then you're going to type, the bot will say, please type your email below. So for this example, I'm just going to use jane12345@gmail.com. Now, currently, this doesn't go anywhere because we don't have the docs attached, but we will in a sec. So I'm back on Zapier, and everything's awesome. It's successful, so we're going to click continue. Okay, I'm going to stop for a moment. So the first step in this was catching the hook. Inside of Zapier, going over, setting up your user input and your JSON API. So you guys have done that. Then you have to get that hook to pay attention to Chatfuel. So you had to go force that specific action. If you get stuck on any of this, you can ask me. Okay? So now what we've got is we need to tell the Zap what are we going to do with this information, right? So we're going to go up to Google Sheets, and we're going to, hang on one sec, create, I think this is, see, I haven't done this a ton of times. I think it's create spreadsheet row. Bear with me. Alexa connect. Let's hit True Digital. Okay, so that account is connected. That's good. And now you can drop down and it'll load my choices. So do you see how up here I labeled this tutorial bot? So this is the one I want to teach you and show you. I have other ones where I've been testing, but for the sake of this example, I labeled this doc tutorial bot. So, why is it not interesting? All right, let's see what happens here. Hang tight. Well, let's just go ahead and use the one that's already working. Sheet 1. Okay. So this is what this is telling me is that it's mapped the fields. First name, last name, gender, email, messenger, ID, time zone, and last update. Right? Okay, awesome. Let's just go over here and make sure that you catch that. First name, last name, gender. We have to make sure those fields are the right ones, or Zapier's not going to know what to do with the data. Click continue. That's ignored. Send test to... Okay, send test to Google Sheets. Okay. Yeah, hold on one sec. Okay, let's just finish because I know that this is already working. This is video -1. We'll just call it, whoops, video -1. And then you need to tell that the Zap is on. Okay, then you can click see it in your dashboard. All right, so all this stuff is set up. You probably have a little bit of a migraine at this point, but awesome, awesome job. So we're gonna go back over here into Messenger, and I'm going to make this fire again, right? So I want the bot to ask me for my email. So I'm gonna go over to this link. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna drop it in there. Oh, it was. Okay, now pay attention. This is the really cool part that you've worked so hard to get to. All right. Hello, what's going on with the bot? Okay, so here's the information, right? We want the bot to subscribe us. Click subscribe. Please type your email. Let's do Sarah12345@gmail.com. Okay, same thing I did up here, but before Chatfuel and Zapier weren't talking. I didn't know where to pass the information. Now, hopefully this is working right. So we're going to go over to this doc. And, let me reload this. Hang on. Sometimes you have to refresh pages. Okay. So you can see that I'm not always perfect at what I'm doing here. So let's see where this could be going off the rails. Let's go back to Chatfuel. So you might encounter these problems, right? So in Messenger, please type your email below and click subscribe again. And 12345@gmail.com. Okay. Now let's see if that pushed over here. So something is not talking correctly. Let's go back over here and see my Zaps. Okay. So I want to click on the one we just did and figure out what's going on here. Okay, that's right. Continue. So I'm basically just walking through the steps to see what could have gone wrong. Email list from bot. Email list from bot. Let's change this name and just try something else. Test doc -1. Let's see what happened when I rename the doc. Okay. So test doc.1. And then sheet 1. And I'm pretty sure it's sheet 1. Because you're basically, you're sheet 1 here. All right. So first name, last name, gender, email, messenger, time zone. Last update one doesn't matter, so don't worry about that one. I'm just going to refresh fields. Maybe I need to get them to talk again. And continue. Okay. Sample. Okay, finish. Okay, Zap is on. So let me go back over here and take a look. We're just troubleshooting right now, so bear with me. Because this happens, it happened to me when I was first doing it. So email, gender, messenger ID, time zone, first name, last name. Am I missing anything here? No. Okay, so we have the block created correctly. And then subscribe is enter email. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to delete this because this is actually what you may have to do to get this to work. So now that these are the messages that go out. Actually, I'm going to delete 5 minutes because I'm going to make these go out automatically. So I'm going to add another text area. I'm going to say, click the button, oops, below. Okay, then you click add button. You want to block, and you want it to be enter email. Okay. Oops, I gotta give the button a name. So, what do we call it? I guess we'll just call it subscribe again, without typos. Okay, seriously, without typos. Okay, again, you need to fire the link. So we're gonna go over here, just delete that, paste that. Okay. So once this loads, hopefully this app is now playing nicely. Never said that this was completely easy. I just said it was doable. Okay, let's click subscribe. I'm just going to go ahead and use my real email. Let's do alexa@truedigital.co. Okay, enter. Okay, please tell me you're in the right doc now. Huh. Well, I'm going to stop this video here because now I'm highly motivated to figure out why this isn't working. What's confusing is that the trigger is working and the action is working, but for some reason the information isn't passing over. So let me go figure this out and I will come back. But this is all really good for you guys to see because you could hit these problems when you're trying to do it. So I'm going to pause here and I will be back with the next video.